Beautiful beings, this is Lorian Rowan, this is Surfing Vuzuvaya. I was just having a happy moment in this consideration. So, really recently, there's been some really beautiful new studies about the nature of the human nervous system and the patterns in the brain. If anyone's ever looked at those beautiful, we have the same algorithms, the same fractal patterns in the designs of our nervous systems and our brains that the galaxy does, that mycelium in the earth does. So these same patterns and mathematical patterns, right? So this wonderful new perspective of anatomy suggests that the human brain is organized in a fungal system, that really we are, like trees, expressions of fungus. And this again makes me go, well, again, mycelium. We know that our nervous system and the cells of our nervous system and the cells of our brains, that they have this exact same mathematical and geometrical patterning, right? And so doesn't it make sense that we're just literally part of that expression? You know, this idea that, again, we're all infinite beings. This is our expression, and we built these bodies in collaboration with the elements and the energies that are here, that are the planet. And that the planet is a body, that we are part of a larger body. We're part of the larger body of our species. We're part of the larger body of the area that we're in because we are physically connected. There's so much of understanding of grounding, and that expansion is the understanding, the really old understanding that when your feet on the earth, especially in rhythm and in dancing, because everything loves music, music connects with everything. And the fact again that music connects with everything, with plants, with fungus, with all sorts of beings, and and that the energy and emotion emitted by music affect the weather. We look at we're going right into the heart math research there, and a planetary electromagnetic field associated and influenced by human emotion. So, the nature. So I was really looking at, I live in a place where the psychedelics are legal and sold in stores, where psychedelic mushrooms are legal and sold in stores, and a lot of other DMT-based plants are part of the rights of the people here to celebrate and enjoy and learn from. And I'm really, as I'm coming to this understanding, especially if we look at all of Paul Stamets' work, we look at all of the unbelievable research on how effective mushrooms, microdosing is on the human consciousness, that it's amazing, that it can bring a renewal. And I think of all the antibiotics, I think of all the antifungal, all the chlorine in our water, all of the various things, spraying of mosquitoes, pesticides protecting crops, and in a cumulative way, they are all impacting the function of our fungal nature, right? And that's why things like candida or Lyme disease can have such a strong effect on the personality of the person, or like the cat disease that makes mice like them, that makes humans a little crazy, in protecting cats, and that is literally a brain parasite. And so really looking at how much, I really love that there is a central conceptual nature to so many of the issues facing humanity as part of cells of the body of the planet, is how much we sabotage and limit and don't like ourselves, how much we don't like other expressions of ourselves, how much we don't like the shape of us. We're always, I think all the expressions and the expansions and the explorations of people's creativity, awesome. Your body, your experience, do it. But as a species, this constant need to manipulate and control instead of accept and celebrate, which is the very nature of hierarchy, which is the very nature of conformism and all sorts of other isms. Let's leave the isms. Isms can go with their schisms over there. What I would like to talk about is that we are already, our nervous systems, our physical being is part of the greater mycelium. Our nervous systems are an expression. And like trees, remember we used to think that trees were being attacked by fungus? They used to kill the fungus, save the tree, but no, what we actually know now is that trees are an expression of the mycelium. Trees are a life stage of mushrooms. Isn't that beautiful? And does not explain things like what is it? One of the largest beings in the world is a forest where it's one tree. The whole thing is one tree. And again, you look at the patterns of the roots and mycelium and mushroom clusters and the expressions, all one being, one planet, one body, one heart, one being, one nervous systems. Anytime we attack anything, we're attacking ourselves. Conflict is the sickness. There is conflict in life, which is refining, which is empowering, which is healthy, which has gifts to offer us. That exists absolutely. Just like healthy competition. It refines us. It pushes us a little past our boundaries. And it can be juicy and enlivening, inspiring to do it. So, there's looking at the fungal nature of our being and coming into the place of accepting that. And maybe one of the reasons why microdosing has been so incredibly effective in helping people both prepare for death and helping alleviate intense depression, and just changing a perspective in people's and saving people's lives and stimulating incredible creativity and flexibility in the neurosynapses in our brains, is because the mushrooms have always, I think we know mushroom spores can travel through space, and we know they do. Maybe that's just, again, as part of the larger body of the galaxy, part of the larger body of the universe. And the mushroom's job is to remind us who we are, to bring our DNA, to reawaken our true patterns, and realign and reassert our own fungal nature with the larger nervous system reality, again, of exactly where we are and the larger planet that we are part of. Yeah. All right, well, just glad to share this thought with you. Lauren Rowan, Surfing Vuzuvaya. I love you and I'm with you, and I know you're with me because I can smell you, and you smell like honey and truth. Bless you. Waxing your surfboards with glad to be a fungus. Enjoy the heck out of the day, y'all. Now.